Good afternoon, everyone. Give a couple of seconds for people to join us if they would like. I said I would be here, and all right, I can't stop laughing at myself because it is 10 after 12, and as promised, I came to you at noon, but I didn't click the go live button. So I literally talked to myself for the last 10 minutes thinking that I was live and that you can see and hear me. And that was not the case. So I apologize for being late, but technically I wasn't late. I didn't hit the go live button. So I literally have been talking to myself for the last 10 minutes and it was pretty good. So let's see if I can remember what the heck I just said for the last 10 minutes. Oh, it's not about perfect. It's about making progress, right? And my technology will hopefully catch up at some point. Anywho, so on Sunday night, I came to you live with some tips for the week to stay focused. And I said I was going to come back and check on you on Wednesday. Today's Wednesday. Here I am. I'm checking on you. How are you doing? It's the middle of the week, the middle of the day. How focused were you? Were you more like squirrel? Or did you have some focused moments, some pockets? The things that we talked about on Sunday, were you able to implement any of those? And for those of you watching that maybe is thinking, what is she talking about? So Sunday, we're talking about planning and looking at your week ahead. And there are certain elements that are important to our progress and keeping us focused, right? And I shared with you my planner that was born out of necessity for myself. I found myself very distracted and came up with a system and turned that into printable worksheets. And then that turned into, instead of printing them each day, I started printing them 7 days at a time. Then I started printing them 30 days at a time and putting them in literally report cover binders and carrying them around with me everywhere I went. And I had, at that time, I called it my progress tracker because I was literally not only seeing progress, but I was actually tracking it, how it was going. It wasn't so much a planner and a time diary as much as it was my own personal strategy sheet, my own personal encouragement, my own personal accountability partner. And all of that, after using it for months and months and months, turned into this, which I use and share with my clients and those women in business that I work with that I love to call VALs. And VALs simply means that you are a valued, amazing lady. And whether you are a VAL of mine that I work with, either way, you are a valued, amazing lady. And sometimes we just forget that. So I'm a little bit on a mission to remind you of that, especially for those of you who are in business and we can get pulled in so many different directions. So on Sunday, I gave some quick tips on things that you should look for, whether you use this planner or something else. There are elements each and every day that are going to help you stay focused, right? So on mine, it is your top 3 priorities for the day. 3 things that you're grateful for every single day. And we can think about these things and we know these things, but there's something about writing it down. There's a physical activity that when you write it down, there's like an ownership there. And depending on what you're writing, there's also a responsibility. Another thing that happens when you write things down, you start to problem solve. Things start to be clear. Why? Because you're freeing up space in your brain and you're getting out of your head. And there's a connection with visually looking at things, right? And writing it down. I could go on and on forever of the importance of writing things down. And this is why this is also not just a planner, but it's also part journal for your journey, 30 days at a time. Love it. So another element, again, whether you use this planner or something else, an area to brain dump. And it's not just about dumping ideas. As women in business, Vals, we've got ideas until the cows come home, right? We are not short on ideas. But the problem is with those ideas, they steal us away from the task at hand. This is why a brain dump is important. It's a good place to dump those ideas, but it's also a good area to be like a parking lot. I know a lot of times when I'm in the middle of working on something and something comes up that I either think of an idea or a resource, I may write the website here. Hey, go back and check out this website, or, whatever it is. Brain dump is a great area. You come across a quote. Ooh, I got to use that quote, write it in here. And then each day should end with a win and a whine. We talked about on Sunday how important it is to celebrate wins every single day. As women in business, entrepreneurs, just honestly, women in general, we are always on the go and we're always on next, that we don't stop and pause and relish the moment for what went right today. Those little things make so much of an impact, and gives us confidence and encourages us, right? And then there's a spot to whine. And notice how small they are. We don't need to write a book. We don't need to go into all the gory drama and details. Just a spot to vent. You know what? This is my whine for today. You know what? Today's win. This was good. This was good. Whatever it is, sitting down with your family for dinner. Maybe it was a really good conversation that you were able to have with one of your kids. Maybe you got 3 new likes on your business page. For those of us in business, that is huge, right? Because visibility and the algorithms that Facebook has going on, you have no idea who's seeing your page and who's not, and what's being squashed and what isn't, right? So those likes, they're important, yes, for visibility for your page, but also, isn't it a little bit of a confidence boost? Isn't it like, oh, somebody sees me, somebody liked it, thank you. You want to go out and give them a hug. And then finally, a head start for the next day. You want the night before to think at least about, okay, what is the top priority for tomorrow? And again, on Sunday, we talked about, it doesn't necessarily, especially if this is new to you, it doesn't have to be 3 priorities. It could just be 1, right? And then on the other side is actual time. This is tomorrow, just so you know. And I always put a paper clip on the day that I'm on. So this is today so far. I've got my top priorities. Look, I've already got some brain dumps in there. I didn't even fill out what I'm grateful for yet, because sometimes I just feel guilty and think, is that good enough? But as I shared on Sunday, I usually write 1 first thing in the morning when I open up my planner, and usually 2 at the end of the day. And then some of the things that I've got going on again. And then in this planner, there is a weekly review. We can get so comfortable in the routine of things. Like, yep, I'm using my planner every day. I'm writing everything down. But at the end of 7 days, are you going back and assessing? Well, how'd it go? How focused were you? What were your biggest distractions? What went well? What do you want repeated? How is that going to help you for the coming week? Awesome. What were your biggest distractions? What are you going to do about them? What do you see as your biggest challenge this week? How are you going to prepare? And then declare your prioritized focus for this week. By the end of this week, I will. See, there's accountability in here. And then at the end of your 30 days, there's an assessment for the whole month. So again, of course, I'm going to tell you how much I love this planner, and I'm going to gush about this planner all the time. But whatever you use. These are important elements that you should be incorporating into your day. We want to make progress, right? And it's so important for us to just keep moving. All right. So, I just keep looking at the time and I crack up because it's 20 after 12 and I'm like, I've been talking for 20 minutes, but really you've only seen me for the last 10 minutes because for the first 10 minutes I was talking, but I wasn't live. So hopefully this version is better than the one that I was talking to myself. Anyway, the other reason why you're here today is I want to check in. So yes, I want to check in. Were you able to implement anything from Sunday? Maybe some of you are seeing this for the first time and you're thinking, oh man, I got to go back this Sunday and see, what we talked about for this week. And also I gave you some tips yesterday. There was, I posted about, is there joy in your planning? And those of you who know me know that I love acronyms. Those who don't know me know that almost every single time you see me or talk to me, there's going to be an acronym involved. So go check that out. So last but not least, our winner of the weekly planner. So I went and recorded with my phone because I don't know how to do this and share the screen at the same time. I know I'm such a dork, but I pick my lane, right? I stay in my lane. Technology is not my lane. This is about as advanced as I'm probably going to get. Anyway, so I recorded our little wheel decide of who the winner of the weekly giveaway. And again, I did this a little bit earlier this week. Normally I do the giveaway reveals on Friday, but because this week's giveaway is actually a 30-day planner and Friday is the last day of the month, I would love for you to be able to hit August with this planner in hand and get to using it. So that's why the reveal is today, a little bit early, so I could drop that in the mail tomorrow. All right, so here we go. Daylene is our winner, and I see that she's actually live with us. So congratulations, Daylene. You are the winner, and I'm going to post that little video in the comments too, so when people come back, maybe they don't want to watch our little live, but they'll scroll down to see who won. So I'll post that in there. Congratulations, Daylene. I will get with you with your address and see and get that sent out to you as soon as possible. A little note to our giveaway winner last week of the pillow. I haven't sent it yet because I haven't received it yet. So just know that I have not forgotten you. I'm going to put a little extra in your box because, yeah, you had to wait and you're being patient. Thank you. But I did not forget about you. I just don't physically have it in hand yet. So once I do, I will be sending that off to you. And I think that's it. So I want to do this each week. I mean, if that's okay with you guys. So Sunday night, I'll come to you with a weekly focus, something that we can really hone in on and focus. Wednesday or Monday will be a weekly giveaway. Easy peasy. And then Wednesday, I want to check in with you to see how you're making progress. Maybe next Wednesday, you'll be caught up with what we talked about this Sunday. Awesome. Whatever. Progress is progress. Don't beat yourself up. Okay. And last but not least, I was looking at my shirt and I was thinking, oh, I should probably change and, look more professional or cute or whatever. And I thought, I am who I am. There's times for that, but to change just to impress you, I don't like it when people do that. So I'm not going to do that. And remember I mentioned I can come up with an acronym for anyway. This was a free shirt for when we bought my car. And this is like the name of the dealership, but we don't care about that. For me, this is a reminder, always living. Are we always living? We're so good at existing. We're so good at just mundane, routine, the same old, But I thought about it and I was like, you know what? I'm not going to change this shirt because this reminds me, am I always living? Am I always living and making conscious choices of being in the moment, being present? that could be Sunday night's focus. I don't know. Tell me what you think. Let me know what you think in the comments of maybe an area that you need more help with, especially when it comes to staying focused. Oh, one last thing. I wasn't going to say anything, but I will. I'm working on something to launch for beta testers this month on the 15th. So if that even piques your interest just a little bit, let me know and I will spill a little bit of the details to you. I'm still working them out, but I think you're going to like it. And I think it's going to be really, really helpful. All right. So thank you for joining me today. I'm sorry. Congratulations, Daleen. And follow along on the page, and I'll see you on Sunday. I need a drink.